If I told you that poverty is a curse that you yourself placed on your life, would you believe me? And what if I proved to you that there are ancient teachings, present in the Bible, that directly condemn the habits that keep you poor? The problem is not the lack of money, but the mentality you carry. Today, I will reveal 5 habits that are keeping you in poverty without you even realizing it. If you eliminate each of these habits, you can transform your financial reality forever. What if I told you that the fear of wealth is one of the biggest obstacles that keeps people trapped in poverty? Most people think they want to be rich, but deep down, they carry a rooted fear, a subconscious belief that money will bring problems, that it will change their essence, or that it will distance them from those they love. This fear isn't something that appears clearly in the mind. It manifests subtly, sabotaging your decisions, your actions, and even the way you see the world around you. And the most curious part? This fear of wealth has been passed down from generation to generation. Perhaps you grew up hearing phrases like, money doesn't bring happiness, the rich are greedy, or, if I earn too much money, people will take advantage of me. If these ideas were planted in your mind from an early age, your relationship with money became burdened with guilt and resistance. But the truth is that money has no morality. It's neither good nor bad. It's simply a tool. The Bible teaches us in Matthew 25:29, for to everyone who has, more will be given, and they will have an abundance, but from the one who has not, even what they have will be taken away. This means that those who open themselves up to receive more prosperity, those who truly believe they are deserving, continue to receive. But those who fear it, who reject money inwardly, who see themselves as unworthy, end up pushing opportunities away. Think about it. How many times have you had a chance to grow, to invest, to take a step further, but hesitated? Maybe you thought, what if I fail? What if I lose money? What if people judge me for wanting more? This fear isn't there by chance. It has been conditioned into you over the years. But if you don't eliminate it, it will continue to limit your life. I myself have been through this. Before transforming my mentality and achieving the prosperous life I live today, I doubted myself. I saw others getting rich and thought it wasn't meant for me. That I wasn't good enough. That, in some way, there was something wrong with me that was stopping me from being successful. But everything changed when I realized that the fear of wealth was just an illusion. It was a reflection of the beliefs I had absorbed, not an absolute truth. When I changed my mindset, my financial reality began to transform. Now I want you to reflect. Have you ever avoided opportunities out of fear? Have you ever felt uncomfortable talking about money, as if it's something dirty or shameful? Have you noticed that when someone talks about getting rich, you feel discomfort, resistance? This is not a coincidence. This is the fear of wealth acting in your life. And here's a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, observe your thoughts and reactions whenever money comes up. Whenever you feel discomfort, ask yourself the following question: why am I feeling this way? Where does this belief come from? Grab a notebook and write down everything. When you start to identify these beliefs, you can replace them with new, more positive, and empowering ones. And remember, wealth is not something to be feared. It is a reflection of the value you bring to the world. Money does not change who you are, it only amplifies your true essence. If you are a generous person now, you will be even more generous with money. If you are honest now, you will be a rich, honest person. But if you allow fear to control you, you will remain exactly where you are. The decision is yours. Are you ready to let go of this fear and make way for a life of prosperity? If you believe that money is rare, hard to come by, and should be saved in fear that one day it will run out, congratulations, you have just identified one of the biggest traps that keep people in poverty, the scarcity mindset . This thinking works like an invisible prison. It makes you believe you must hold on tightly to the little you have, that the world is against you, and that opportunities are only for others. But the truth is, this mindset not only prevents you from making more, it also causes you to lose what you already have. Perhaps you have heard your family say things like, money doesn't grow on trees, life is hard, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. You grew up with the idea that prosperity is an unfair game and that those who have a lot took it from someone else. But is this true? Was Elon Musk's money stolen from you? Does Warren Buffett's fortune mean you can't have your own? Of course not. But the scarcity mindset makes you think this way. It creates a world where in order for someone to win, another must lose. And this thinking is poison. The Bible teaches in Proverbs 11 verses 24 to 25, one person gives freely, yet gains even more, another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. What does this mean? The more you hold on to money out of fear of losing it, the more you close yourself off from new opportunities. Money needs to flow. It is movement, not a static object. But those with a scarcity mindset behave as if money is a limited resource. Here is the secret, money is infinite because it is created from ideas, innovation, and the value you bring to the world. The economy is not a pie, where if someone takes a bigger slice, there is less for you. The economy is like a flame that grows when you feed it. How many opportunities have you missed because you were too afraid to take a chance? How many times have you thought, this is not for me, or, I'm not good enough? The scarcity mindset makes you believe that you need to wait for luck to change before you act. But what if I told you that change happens first in your mind? I learned this the hard way. At the beginning of my journey, I believed I had to save every penny and that investing was only for rich people. What was the result? I stayed stagnant. My money never grew. But when I began to see money as something that needs to circulate, everything changed. And here is something I want you to do starting today. Instead of thinking, I can't afford this, start asking yourself, how can I earn more money to pay for this? Do you see the difference? The first thought limits you, making you a victim. The second activates your brain to find solutions. This simple change can transform your reality. The great investor Robert Kiyosaki speaks a lot about this. He says that rich people focus on creating more money, while poor people focus on saving and cutting costs. And this doesn't mean being irresponsible with money, but rather understanding that there is a world of abundance waiting for you. You just need to learn how to access it. And to prove that this mentality works, I will challenge you. For the next 7 days, every time you catch yourself thinking that you don't have money for something, write that phrase down and replace it with, how can I get it? Then, write at least 3 possible answers to each situation. You'll be surprised to realize that there's always a solution. The truth is, you don't need permission to be rich. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. All you need to do is change the way you see money and start acting. Now tell me, are you ready to let go of the mentality of scarcity and finally make space for abundance in your life? If you expect wealth to come to you through one big event, a stroke of luck, an unexpected inheritance, a winning lottery ticket, then I have bad news. This mentality is sabotaging your financial future. What I see again and again is people ignoring small opportunities because they are waiting for a miracle, and this is one of the most destructive habits when it comes to building wealth. The truth is, great empires weren't built overnight. The fortunes of great entrepreneurs, investors, and visionaries began with small steps, by valuing even the smallest opportunities. The Bible teaches us in Luke 16 verse 10, whoever is faithful in a little is faithful in much. This means that if you don't value the little you have now, if you don't learn to manage small amounts of money, how do you expect to deal with large fortunes in the future? If you can't manage £1,000, what makes you think you can manage £1 million? Think about this. How many times have you turned down an extra job because the pay was low? How many times have you ignored a learning opportunity because it seemed insignificant? How many times have you refrained from investing because the amount seemed too small to make a difference? This is the mentality that separates the rich from the poor. The rich know that every small amount has a purpose, that every small opportunity can be the start of something greater. Let's talk about Jim Carrey. Today, he is one of the highest paid actors in the world, but at the beginning of his career, he was broke and living in his car. However, he never disregarded small opportunities. He took every chance to get on stage and show his talent even when no one knew who he was. And to strengthen his abundance mindset, he wrote himself a check for £10 million and put a future date on it. Years later, he received exactly that amount for one of his movie roles. Now, look at your own life. Have you ever caught yourself saying, "This is too little to make a difference"? Have you ever dismissed a job opportunity because it seemed too small? Have you ever refrained from investing because you thought it wasn't worth starting with a small amount? If yes, know that this mindset might be costing you your prosperity. I, myself, was a victim of this thinking. At the start of my journey, I ignored small gains because I wanted something big and immediate. I believed that it was only worth investing when I had a lot of money. But when I started to apply every penny consciously, everything changed. I started small, but the small grew. What seemed irrelevant began to multiply. It was then that I understood the truth: money flows to those who know how to respect it, no matter the amount. And now I want to challenge you. For the next 7 days, change your relationship with the little. If you find a coin on the street, pick it up and keep it as if it were a treasure. If someone offers you a small opportunity, take it and treat it like something grand. If you have a little left in your budget, invest it, even if it's a symbolic amount. The important thing is not the amount, but the mindset you are developing. Because here's the truth: if you learn to value the little, the big will inevitably come. But if you keep waiting for a miracle, without acting, without building the foundation, without honoring what you already have, then I need to be honest with you: wealth will never come to you. Now I ask you, are you ready to start seeing value in what you already have and build your financial future from today? What separates the rich from the poor so brutally is the willingness to learn. What I repeatedly see are people who want a better life, but reject the knowledge needed to achieve it. They want to earn more money, but they don't want to study finance. They want prosperity, but refuse to learn about investments, business, or personal development. And that is a fatal mistake. The Bible warns us about this in Hosea 4 verse 6, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." Notice that it's not the lack of money that destroys people, it's ignorance. What this means is that it's not your salary, your city, or your current circumstances that are determining your financial life. What is determining your future is what you choose to learn and apply. But why do so many people reject knowledge? Because learning requires effort, it requires facing uncomfortable truths, it requires changing old habits. Most people prefer the easier route. They prefer to believe that the government, the economy, the rich, or their family are to blame. They prefer to say they don't have luck, when in fact, they are just avoiding the responsibility of learning something new. And here's the thing: wealth is not a stroke of luck. It's the direct result of what you know and how you apply that knowledge. Great entrepreneurs and investors were not born knowing everything. They studied, practiced, failed, and learned from their mistakes. But most people are still stuck in the mentality that learning about money is a waste of time, or something greedy people do. Now, tell me honestly, when was the last time you read a book about money? When was the last time you dedicated time to learning a new skill that could increase your income? If your answer is never, or a long time ago, then you've just found one of the biggest obstacles between you and wealth. I clearly remember the first time I read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It was like a revelation to me. I realized that my financial situation didn't depend on external factors, but on the way I thought and the actions I took. At that moment, I decided I would never stop learning about money, business, and personal development. And that decision changed my life. Now I want you to look at the examples around you. People who do not seek knowledge work their entire lives and end up with nothing. They earn money but lose everything because they never learned how to manage it. They keep repeating the same financial mistakes because they never stop to study how to avoid them. This is not bad luck, it is lack of preparation. Now, look at the other side. People who seek financial knowledge, even when they have nothing at the start, begin to change their lives. They learn about investments and make their money grow. They learn about business and create new sources of income. They study the mind and change the way they think, attracting new opportunities. This is not coincidence, it is the power of applied knowledge. So, I want to give you a challenge. Over the next 7 days, set aside at least 30 minutes each day to learn something new about money. It could be a book, a course, a video, or a conversation with someone who understands the topic. But do it every day. And at the end of these 7 days, you will see how your view of money will have already changed. Because here's the secret, the knowledge you acquire now will be the foundation for all your future wealth. The choice is yours. You can continue to ignore this knowledge and live the same financial difficulties, or you can make the decision to learn and build the future you deserve. Which path will you choose? If I told you that many people are stuck in poverty not because of a lack of opportunity, but because they are deceiving themselves, would you believe it? Yes, because laziness often disguises itself as patience, and that is one of the greatest dangers that can ruin your financial life. Have you ever heard someone say, "I'm waiting for the right moment"? Or perhaps, "When I have more money, I'll start"? These phrases sound harmless, even wise, but in reality, they are excuses not to take action. And this mindset destroys prosperity. Proverbs 13 verse 4 says, "The sluggard craves and gets nothing, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied." Do you realize what this means? That simply wishing is not enough. You can dream of wealth, you can visualize a better life, you can even believe in the law of attraction. But if you don't act, nothing will change. The problem is that most people believe they are being patient. They tell themselves they are waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for a sign, waiting for money to be left over. But that is not patience, it is fear. Fear of failure, fear of stepping out of the comfort zone, fear of being judged. And in order to avoid confronting that fear, they call this inaction, waiting for the right moment. I need to be honest with you, there is no perfect moment. If you keep waiting, you will never start. Wealth does not come to those who wait, but to those who act, even when everything feels uncertain. Look at the story of Steve Harvey. Before becoming one of the biggest comedians and TV hosts in the United States, he spent years sleeping in his car. He could have waited for the perfect opportunity, but he didn't. He went up on stage as many times as necessary, even when no one laughed at his jokes. He persisted. He insisted. He worked hard before he saw any results. And it was that attitude that made him a millionaire. Now think about how many people you know who always say, "One day I'll change my life," but never do anything to make it happen. They have dreams, but no plans. There are people who talk a lot, but do nothing. And year after year, they remain exactly where they are. I've been caught in that trap myself. There was a time when I was just studying, planning, and waiting to be absolutely sure before I took any action. I told myself I was preparing. But the truth was, I was afraid. I was postponing my life. Until one day, I realized that if I didn't take a step, nothing would change. So, I stopped waiting and started acting, even though I wasn't 100% ready. And that's what made all the difference. Now, I want to challenge you. Pick one thing you've been putting off. It could be starting an investment, opening a business, or beginning to study finances. And do it today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Even if it's just a small step. Even if you don't know everything. Just start. Because action creates confidence, and confidence creates results. The difference between those who thrive and those who spend their whole life struggling is simple: the successful ones act. They don't wait. They create their own opportunities. And what about you? Will you continue waiting, or will you decide to act now? Your financial reality today isn't determined by what you earn today, but by the habits you cultivate every day. What defines your prosperity isn't luck, destiny, or the government. It's the way you think, act, and make decisions. And now that you know which habits were sabotaging you, you have the power to change them. But I need to remind you of something very important: understanding these concepts isn't enough. What will truly change your life is applying this knowledge. So, choose one of the habits we discussed and decide to eliminate it once and for all. Take a step, no matter how small, and start acting. Because change only happens when you take action. And if you want to continue this journey towards wealth and personal growth, I've got great news for you. In the next video, you'll take another step in your wisdom journey. You'll be 1% better than you are now. So don't waste time. Click on the next video that appears on the screen and continue this transformation. I'll be waiting for you there.